Hello, I'm Kylan Butler.
And I'm Alex Frank. Today we'll talk about all things Wildcat athletics.
Let's do this, Steve.
Welcome to the Wildcat Rewind. On Tuesday, February 10th, it was senior night for the Lee Wildcats. Sophomore Cameron Staffacre led the way with 12 points. Senior Abe Schlosser followed 11 points and 7 rebounds, while senior Colleen Fitzpatrick tallied 3 assists and 5 rebounds. On Friday, February 13th, the Lee Wildcats faced a challenging matchup against the Kimberly Papermakers, falling 25-65. Senior Abe Schlosser led the team with 8 points and a team-high 5 rebounds. Providing additional support was Kinsley Nelson, who contributed 5 points and 4 rebounds of her own. Now let's swing the rock and shift the focus to boys.
On Thursday, February 12th, the Oshkosh West Wildcat boys basketball team took on the Fond du Lac Cardinals, resulting in a tough loss, 53-55. The Wildcats had no time to hang their heads over the loss as they took on the Kimberly Papermakers the very next day at home on Friday, February 13th. It was senior night for the Wildcats, and they hoped to get an early spark from the new starting lineup of strictly seniors. Unfortunately, the Papermakers took control from the start and did not look back. Despite the strong effort from the Wildcats, Kimberly claimed the victory with a score 77-59. Senior Joey Ware led the way for the Wildcats with a 19 points, and sophomore Carter Kufel chipped in with 10 points of his own. Let's drop the ball and glide over to boys hockey.
On Thursday, February 12th, the Ice Sox flew into Northern River to take on Wisconsin Rapids. Rapids jumped out to a quick lead 4-0, but the Ice Sox answered back by a goal from Andy Toonen on the power play. The Ice Sox struggled the rest of the game, but Xander Crook was able to put another puck past the Rapids goaltender and into the back of the net. Rapids swallowed the Ice Sox whole, the Hawks losing 10-2. It was a quick turnaround though, as on Saturday the 14th, the Ice Sox would return to the nest to take on the Sauk Prairie Eagles in their final home game of the regular season. Dan Brisky scored the only goal for the Ice Sox during the game, and Sauk Prairie shut down the Ice Sox every shift. When the clock hit double zeros, the final score was 11-1. Devastating end to the regular season, but the Ice Sox will travel down to Kettle Moraine to face the West Bend Bears on Tuesday, February 17th. It's the first playoff game of the year. Good luck, boys. Let's step off the ice and bring in one of our boys swimming for a quick interview.
Welcome to Coffee with Colin. Today I'm joined with three-sport athlete Gabe Balcom. Gabe, can you tell me a bit about the 3 sports that you play?
Yeah, I'm a goalkeeper for soccer, and then I swim, and then baseball.
And you're varsity for all of those sports, correct?
Yes.
Impressive. So Gabe, I heard you were in an advanced Spanish class, so I got some Colombian coffee for us to try. Why don't we take a sip?
All right.
I like it.
Good stuff.
So Gabe, how do you balance all 3 sports that you play?
When each sport is in its season, I let that sport take priority, and I really don't do much training for any of my other sports while that sport is going on, just so I can stay focused on that one.
Nice. So of the 3 sports that you play, which one would you say is your favorite and why?
Baseball has always been my favorite sport. Ever since I was 4 years old playing t-ball, could hardly run around the bases. It's always been my favorite sport. I always loved going to baseball games with my dad.
So Gabe, how do you transition between sports, and how are you transitioning from swim into this baseball season?
So each sport has its open gyms or early practices that aren't coach-led, they're usually captain-led, but each of them help me get in just by taking it easy basically on the first couple days, trying to get my arm back in shape, really my whole body back in shape for the sport that I'm playing, because every sport requires those different things. So that's really what I've been doing. They actually start before swim ends, but I couldn't go to many of them because of sectionals.
How did you transition from soccer into the swim season?
It was real similar. We had a couple open pools, I would call them, where just went in, did some real light swimming, and really towards the end of the soccer season, I did try and run more, do more cardio, just to kind of prepare my lungs for the upcoming swim season.
Nice. So how do you balance your grades, extracurriculars such as band, and sports?
Well, there's a lot of long nights. It's a lot of work to keep all 3 kind of in check. A lot of studying on the bus ride to swim meets or to baseball games, soccer games, reading over the book while in the bus. Sometimes I'll study, before practice starts. If I got a few extra minutes here, a few extra minutes there. A lot of times band does kind of take a back seat to the other two because we do get to practice in class every day, so I don't need quite as much outside practice. With solo and ensemble coming up here soon, I will probably start to practice more out of school, but yeah.
And what instrument do you play in band?
I play alto saxophone.
Interesting. So, I used to pitch back in the day. You think I could take you?
No way. Meet me on the mound.
Looks good, boys. On Valentine's Day, Saturday 14th, the boys dove head over heels into their sexual meet at Nina. The boys swam hard and fast against some top swimmers in the state and ended up taking 7th place. There were countless impressive times and finishes, including some great swims in the 200 medley relay of Reed Potter, Carter Crow, Caleb Bergen, and Evan Booms. And in the 50 freestyle, Carter Crow took 3rd and Evan Booms took 7th. Approaching the milestone of state at Washita South on February 21st is Caleb Bergen in the 200 and 500 freestyle and the 200 freestyle relay team of Carter Crow, Caleb Bergen, Sam Robley, and Evan Booms. Good luck, swimmers. Let's climb out of the pool and grapple our way into boys wrestling.
For the Oshkosh West wrestling team, they traveled down to Fond du Lac for the sectional tournament. After a long day of grit and grind, only one Wildcat escaped with a ticket to the Kohl Center, as Preston Snyder took first at 138 pounds for the Wildcats, punching his ticket to state. Preston, our first-time state qualifier, comes in as number 4 seed in the bracket and looks to reach the podium on the biggest stage of his season and career.
That is all we have for you today here at the Wildcat Rerun. Have a great day and go Wildcats!